Welcome to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. I am doing a career and money reading today. This is just a general pick a card reading. It's also a timeless reading. But the reason I am doing this today is because I have actually been looking for a good finance and career reading on YouTube myself, and I cannot find one. So I don't think there are very many out there. And I also feel like that things are really moving forward this year in the way of career and finance for pretty much everybody, since we're out of the, well, not necessarily out of, but pretty close to becoming out of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis that I think affected all of our careers. Not all of us, but you know, some of us affected our career and the direction of our finances and all of that kind of stuff. It's been a pretty strange year. So, but I do feel like things are moving forward, and you know, some stars are actually aligned for that. Now, I will say maybe not in the next 3 weeks because Mercury is retrograde, and as you know, it's not really a good time to accept new positions unless it's something that you've already started before the retrograde period. If you've already been doing applications and interviews and that kind of thing, then sure, accept the job in Mercury retrograde. However, be sure to really watch the contracts, pay close attention and to the detail in the contracts, and also be aware that there's nothing wrong with accepting a position during Mercury retrograde, but it might end up being a little bit different than what you thought at first. Again, nothing wrong, accept the job. You know, we can't put our lives on hold just because Mercury is retrograde. Just be aware of those few things. Go over the contracts with a fine-tooth comb and be aware that it might not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, which is maybe okay. Sometimes that's better, right? All right, so I'm not gonna do a long introduction on this. Please do subscribe if you have not already done so, and hit that bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. If you do like this particular video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel and it helps me. If you know how to do pick-a-cards, I will put the timestamps in the description box below so you can go directly to your reading. If you do not know how to do, if this is like your first pick-a-card that you've ever done, there are so many ways that people choose which pile they want for their reading. Just to give you a few examples, some people choose based on the stone that is on the card. Some people choose based on actually the number, like they like the number 1, 2, or 3, or that's a significant number to them. Some people will close their eyes and just take a few breaths, and then whenever they open their eyes, whichever pile they're drawn to is the one that they choose. However you do it is great for you. Just be real intuitive about it and don't overthink it. If you do end up getting the wrong pile and you know it's not for you, just click off of it and go on to another pile or go on to another reading. It's all good. All right, so just to run down the stones, we've got a Malachite on pile 1, Citrine on pile 2, and a Cinnabar enhanced quartz crystal on pile 3. All of these crystals have to do with abundance, love, or I'm sorry, not love. I don't know where that came from. But all of these stones have to do with abundance and yeah, earthy kind of abundant work, great careers and that kind of stuff. So that's why I chose those particular stones. So I won't read the meanings this time because you can look those up yourself if you would like to, but they do all have to do with career and money and success and abundance. Okay, go ahead and make your decision about which pile you think is going to answer your question. And I think the question is basically going to be what's coming up next for you in money and career. So pick the pile you think is going to answer that question for you, and then we'll go directly to your reading. I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your career and finance reading, and the question is just what's coming up for next for you in career and finance, these are going to be your messages. So pile 1 did have the Malachite on it. just in case you chose based on the malachite or the stone. I am timing these readings again today because I feel like it helps me to stay focused and to keep, just keep kicking out the messages and going forward. But I will start the timer after I shuffle the cards. Okay, I did choose the Herbal Tarot for this reading because I chose the Herbal Tarot, and I also chose the Druid Craft Tarot. These are both very, very earthy decks. So that's the reason I chose them. Career, finances, those kinds of things, those are very earthly considerations. So let's just get grounded here. Let's make it real. Tell us for pile 1, what's coming up next for pile 1 in career and finances. Let me go ahead and start this timer. It's a pleasure to be with y'all today and reading for y'all. Haven't been able to do it as much as I would like lately. I'm bogged down in a lot of work, but that's almost over. I got about another week of it, and then things will be good. And I can get more readings out to you guys, which I really, really enjoy doing. And I know y'all are spoiled for choice for readers, so I'm very happy that you chose me today to read your career and finance cards. Got the Justice out here so far. Let's see what else for pile 1 in career and finance. What's coming next? 3 of Wands. Let's do 1 or 2 more here. 2 of Cups and Page of Cups. Interesting. Let's go a couple here on the Druid Craft Tarot and see what else we get. I do feel like these particular cards have very different pictures on them, so they do kind of spark some different messages. I mean, tarot is tarot, and it's very similar. There's not huge differences between the Druid meaning and the regular universal weight meaning to the cards, but there's a little bit. There are some nuances there. So let's see what else we can get for pile 1 with the Druid Craft Tarot. What's coming up next in career and finances for pile 1? Let's just see what we got here. Got the King of Cups. Interesting that you're getting so many cups here in this reading. The Lady. Let's do 1 more. 9 of Swords. Okay. So guess what? I feel like you guys have been worried about something. 9 of Swords says that. This can be a lot in your head, but it can also be like if your finances have been suffering lately, which, as I said in the intro, that has been happening for a lot of us with the COVID-19. We're losing clients, or some people are being laid off. Some people are, just they're having to just take what they can. Some people can't work for, health reasons because they don't want to take the risk. Some people, there are stay-at-home orders, and if they have to stay at home, they don't make any money because they're in those kind of jobs. So I would be very surprised if a lot of people out there have not been a little bit worried in the last year or so financially. So that's kind of where you're coming to this reading at. And I love this for you guys. So this Justice card just says the balance will be restored. Notice the balance here, or the scales here. Justice is major arcana for Libra, but it's also talking about karmic justice, or just if you don't believe in karma in Western philosophies, then maybe something that you have been worried about is coming through for you. Some kind of financial situation will come through, and there will be a just outcome to it. Maybe you've been going through a court battle for some money for some reason, for an inheritance, for child support, for whatever reason. Maybe you've just kind of been dealt a bad hand lately. We do all have times in our lives where things are just not going well financially. Everybody goes through that. I don't know any, well, there are probably people out there who have not gone through that, but the average person, you know, there are always going to be times when you're struggling a little bit financially. Everything is not as flush as you would like it to be. So the balance is coming back. Things are, there's going to be a just outcome to the situation. If you were let go, and if it was kind of a crappy situation, like you should not have been let go or something like that, like there was some negativity there at the workplace, and maybe it was unjust, whatever the reason was that you were let go, the justice is coming back around, and it's coming back around in your favor. And look, it's coming back in a big way, because you got the lady here, which corresponds to the Empress in the Universal Weight Tarot, and the Empress is all about abundance. That's like the whole meaning of that card. It's just living in a place of abundance in all areas of your life. Since we are talking about career and finances, that tells me that you are going to be taken care of in that way. But don't forget that abundance is also abundant relationships, and abundant fun, and abundant health. It's not just worldly goods, but that is definitely in the cards. It's coming back around, and things are coming back around in your favor. So what's happening for you, really, career-wise? I think you're going out into something completely new. I think it's a partnership, or requires a partnership with somebody. It's a new partnership for you, and it is much more lush and green and productive and financially abundant for you than this thing that was stripped from you or you lost in the past. This new partnership brings you fun, adventure. It brings you to a place of emotional health as well. You got the King of Cups and the Page of Cups here. Minor Arcana for Pisces, Minor Arcana for Cancer. You might be one of those, or you might be dealing with one of those. Regardless of that, this just talks about being in a place of emotional health and emotional abundance in the career and finance, in relation to career and finance, because that's what this reading is about. So this new partnership that you've got going on here that takes you out into the world. For some of you, it may be someplace else. It's not where you live. You might have to move. Some of you may have to move overseas for this amazing new abundant future that you've got going on here. Water in this particular card too. Water in this card can definitely be overseas for some of you, at least across a body of water. Like if you live in the United States, say you live on the East Coast, you have to cross the Mississippi River. Maybe you're going to the West Coast. It's that kind of thing. But water is very prominent in this reading. It's in all of the future cards here. It's not in this past, but it is in the future. So water is significant. I'm trying to think if I need to clarify anything. I feel like it's a new opportunity. It's a new job. It's a new partnership. It's a new partnership that takes you out of your comfort zone maybe, and thrusts you into the world in a happy, healthy way. Like it's exciting. It's an exciting adventure that you've got going on here. For some of you, it might be an entrepreneurial pursuit that you're taking up, because the Wands a lot of times talks about business owners and working from your own creativity. It's something that you're creating yourself and taking that creative idea and running with it. For I think most of you, probably there's going to be a partnership involved, even if it is your own creative business idea that you have that you're moving toward, I feel like there's a partnership involved in it, even in that case. But whatever it is, it brings you to a happier, emotional place too. It's fulfillment. You're doing something that you love, and you are making money with it. It's bringing you a lot of prosperity. It's bringing you a lot of joy, happiness. The Page of Cups talks about fun too. So it's certainly not going to be drudgery for you in the future. It's lush. Another card that talks about the Empress, notice she's pregnant there, talks about giving birth to creative ideas. So I feel like it might be something that you're doing on your own. Maybe some hobby that you have that you're going to turn into a business with a partner. And it might be around water. Have something to do with travel or water or something like that for some of you. It's not going to be for everybody. Okay, time is up. So I'm going to just get a couple of oracle cards to finish up this reading. So for pile 1, I'm going to ask the angels and ancestors here what final words of wisdom you have for pile 1 here. This is a very good reading. Things are looking up. It's your career and finances are definitely improving. And you've got an adventure coming up that turns into a financial gold mine, but it's also emotionally fulfilling for you. I was just looking to see if I could find any wins, like when, if you were looking to see when this might be taking place. You got a couple of 3s here, so 3 weeks, 3 months. It's not 3 years. I feel like that's way too far out. So because it was what's coming up next for you, and honestly, I feel like it's probably in the next 2 to 3 months because you got 2 here and then 3s. So I would say the next 2 to 3 months. All right, and just final words of wisdom for pile 1. What do you got? Animal guardian, trust your instincts. This is always good advice for any of us, but I think this is a message. Got some super earthy stuff here going on with this Empress and with the water. So this particular message is about animals. So if animals, like if you have an animal totem or you're kind of into that and you like to research whenever animals cross your path, I think this is saying pay close attention to the animals' messages that might be around you, the animals that you come across on your journey through everyday life. If you run across animals, pay attention to them, look up their meaning to see if they have a message for you. And so the last thing I want to do is from the Sacred Traveler, is to see if there's anything that you need to do or any action you need to take. What does pile 1 need to do, or what action do they need to take? Mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. Interesting. So yeah, this has been kind of rough, you guys, and there's no doubt about it. I do think that when I time these messages, I get kind of crisp, and I kind of maybe shortchange that a little bit. It's very obvious that has been rough. It's been rough going. The Nine of Swords kind of indicates that, and the fact that you're calling in the big guns, the big justice, because it's been so bad. This guy has to come in. So I think you are healing from that, and you're healing beautifully from that because you're moving on to this beautiful, lush, emotionally fulfilling partnership and business venture that is going to be very lucrative for you. That's a card of tremendous abundance. So it is going to be very lucrative. Interestingly enough, there isn't a lot of coin here. There's not a lot of coin. There's no coin in the past. There's no coin in the future. It's more about emotional fulfillment and having so much that your cup runneth over, that you are so emotionally fulfilled. You're emotionally fulfilled in the happiness aspects of your life. You're emotionally fulfilled in this partnership that you have going on. You're emotionally fulfilled in the adventure, just the sense of adventure that this new thing is taking you out in. And you're emotionally fulfilled in the nature that surrounds you and the love that you have around you. This reading is about career, but it's about more than that. It's about having so much. There's not a drop, there's not a coin on the table because you're so beyond worrying about that. It's not, you have so much it's not even a consideration. You're living in complete abundance in all aspects of your life, which is amazing. So that's the healing energy. That's the healing that's coming to you. Look, this angel is here healing you and moving you toward this really, really happy future. Okay, that's all I have for pile ones. We went way over on that one, but that's okay. If the messages are coming through, you gotta let them cut. Okay. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your pick a card reading this week, pile 2 did have these are going to be your messages, by the way, if you chose pile 2. So pile 2 did have the citrine on it, which is a super happy stone, but also represents abundance. Like I said, all the stones that I chose this time represent some kind of success, abundance, that kind of thing. Money. Okay, so the question is, what's coming next in your career and finances? I'm going to cleanse these cards real quick because I didn't do it after the first reading. I don't want to get the same cards. So I kind of just heard from Spirit, stop. Stop what you're doing. Cleanse this space for pile 2, because not that pile 1 was bad, because it was actually a good reading. However, I do want to clear those energies out, and so we can have a clean reading for you. Because you're pile 2, you're not pile 1, right? So I'm just cleansing this space a little bit. Thanks for choosing me as your reader today. I really appreciate it. I know you guys are spoiled for choice. There are a lot of readers on tarot, or tarot readers on YouTube. And so I do appreciate you guys choosing me for your career and finance reading today. Let's just see. I'm going to time today. I went over on the first one, which is fine. If the messages are still coming through, I don't want to shortchange you guys. But I do feel like when I time myself, it makes me crisper as a reader and get to the messages faster. Although sometimes I stumble over my words when I'm trying to be quick. So let me see if I can find a balance here. All right. Go ahead and set the timer. So we just want to know for pile 2, what's coming up next in career and finances for pile 2. What's coming up next in career and finances for pile 2? What you got for us, Spirit? These cards are kind of a little tight. They don't want to come out here. Got the Emperor. I'll give one more shuffle here because they're, see if I can loosen these things up a little bit. Told to go one more. Okay. All right, that feels good. For pile 2, what's coming next in career and finances? 10 of Cups. Pile 2, career and finances. What's next? Okay, we got a few there, so I'm going to go ahead and go with those. 4 of Wands. 8 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. So you got the 2 and the 3 of Pentacles. Let's see if I can pull this up a little bit and get some more space. All right, I'm gonna get a couple of the Druid Craft Tarot. I chose very earthy cards this time because we are talking about career and finances, and that's very earthly energy. So I chose the Herbal Tarot, which, you know, earth, abundance, it's all the same, and the Druid Craft Tarot, which are also very earthy kind of cards. So what further messages do you have for pile 2? Take that one since it went weird on us. 8 of Cups. What else do you have for pile 2? Well, that feels weird, so I'm gonna redo it. Just do it till it's right. Justice. Pile 1 got that one. I want to keep that there. Let's go one more. Rebirth. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy here. Okay, so what I will say is, a lot of people during the pandemic have not, have been having it a little bit rough with career and finances. It doesn't look like you have been, actually. You got the 2 of Pentacles here, which does talk about having to juggle a little bit, but certainly having enough to juggle, like robbing Paul to pay Peter sometimes, but certainly being able to make it work. I think what is really more important for you guys, and has come about of the pandemic for you guys, is that you are doing your own thing. You have made a decision. Maybe you've already started working on it. Let's see. Have you already started working on it? I think you have. Some kind of project that holds promise on a material level. That's indicated in the 3 of Pentacles. Notice this, planting seeds that will bring abundance later on. It's going to be different for all of you, whatever it is that you have decided to do. But whatever it is, you're establishing yourself out in the world. The Emperor is the card of the Father Order. Major Arcana for Aries, but it's the card of control and discipline and having a concrete plan on what you are going to do and how you're going to build a business. And I think for most of you, you are building a business. Now, whether that comes out of a hobby or it comes from an actual business idea, it can be either one, because you've got clarity here, mental clarity. You've got cups that are talking about emotional fulfillment and could have something to do with something artistic. And you've got the wands here that kind of talk about creative ideas. So it could be, I was going to say it could be a traditional kind of business, but I don't, Maybe. It could be a traditional kind of business. You do have pentacles here, but then it could also be just like a hobby or some mental pursuit, something that you enjoy doing, like playing chess or something, that you're turning into a career. And you're doing it on your own. But you're using the traditional methods of the masculine to establish yourself out in the world, which is control, order, policies, step-by-step processes. It's that kind of thing. But here's what I think has happened for y'all. First of all, I kind of like this over here a little bit more. It doesn't matter. It's all shaken out in kind of a weird way anyway. It's not the traditional past, present, future. I feel like that you have felt like you were in a box a little bit. This Eight of Swords is kind of feeling jailed, feeling boxed in, feeling like you can't get out of a situation. So maybe, and this kind of goes back to why you probably have been doing okay, it's because you didn't lose your job in the pandemic. But I feel like this job, you've just kind of been going through the motions during the pandemic and making plans behind the scenes for when, you know, you wouldn't want to leave a job when so many people are being laid off, but you're laying the groundwork to leave as soon as you have the opportunity to leave, as soon as things open back up again. So you are feeling a little bit boxed in by what it is that you're doing now. But throughout this process, what has happened is that you've gotten some clarity. And this is like the sword of truth. What is your truth? What is important to you? What do you want to do for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? How do you want to live your life? And I think that's what you're looking for, emotional fulfillment here. You got the coin, you got the money, you're able to balance it all, you're able to make it work, but it just doesn't fulfill you emotionally, what it is that you're doing. So what has come out of this is you've gotten the clarity to say, okay, just as soon as I can, I'm breaking out. I'm breaking out of this box here, and I'm moving forward. I'm going out to pursue that 9th cup. 8 cups is not bad, right? Who would complain about 8 cups? But something's missing here in this lifestyle that I have here, in this job that I have here. Something is missing. It does not fulfill me. So you go out and pursue it, and boy, do you get it. This is the highest in emotional fulfillment. You got to. Here's something else I will say about these two cards right here. It's not just clarity, it's your sword of truth. It's like, this is justice. You've called in justice on this situation. Like there has been some unnatural reason that you have felt like you have to stay stuck in this situation. You're doing it because that's what your dad did, or you're maybe because of the father order. You're in the family business and it does not fulfill you at all. It is not what you want to do. You've called in justice to get you out of this situation, to help you cut these ties, to move you forward. Because the situation that you were in, for whatever reason, whether you were keeping yourself there or you were stuck there for family reasons, or for whatever reason, has been a little bit unfair to you. So justice is coming in to bring clarity, and aces are always new beginnings. So it is a new beginning out of adversity or out of clarity of thought, and maybe the clarity that you've been able to gain over the past year and a half when everything has been in lockdown. People are just going through the motions. But you're breaking free just as soon as you possibly can. And look, you're being reborn. You're completely being reborn. This is judgment. It's coming back to life. After a period of stagnation, going through the motions, being locked into this lifestyle that does not suit you at all. The Four of Wands has the 1111 portal in it. So it's like manifesting. It's like putting your desire up into the universe and it coming right back down to you. I mean, this is just, you're moving forward. You're going on to a different life, really. The career is going to change. There's a new beginning here, and it's going to change because you've desired it out of the drudgery, I guess, that you've been feeling during the pandemic. And you're not going to quit that job until you've got it all figured out, but you are figuring it out. The clarity comes in. Justice comes in to help you on this pursuit. And through this, you will be reborn. You'll go out to look for that ninth cup. It brings you a great deal of emotional fulfillment, the highest in emotional fulfillment, and you just have a new life. Basically, you just have a new life. I do want to see if I can get a win for when this is going to take place. We have some cards. I saw one people card. Is it just one person? No, you have two people cards. Aries and Libra on the people. Now, those can be time frames. Aries season is, let's just put it out there, Aries season is the end of March, the beginning of April, and Libra season is the end of September, beginning of October. That could be timings for some of you guys. About when this is going to happen. I do want to see if I can get a win. Okay, so, but I need to see what I need to clarify here. Okay, the new beginning, let's see when that happens. Because I think this has been gestating for the longest time. You maybe even have been working on it. Working on establishing yourself out in the world, planting the seeds. You may even have been working on it, but I want to see when this new life comes in. Can you tell us about the Ace of Swords? When does this happen? When is this new rebirth coming in with emotional fulfillment? So I'm thinking 5 months. What is? I'm thinking 5 months, or in the winter time, December, January, February. You got the Ace of Swords again. I'm thinking in the winter. December, January, February. This is a timeless reading, so whenever that is for you, whenever you're clicking on this, it's either 5 months or the winter time. That's when this new beginning takes place. Again, I feel like you've been working on it and you're calling it in. Okay, two things. I just want to get final words of wisdom. I always do this at the end of my readings from the angels and ancestors. Just final messages for pile 2. What else do you have for pile 2? Final messages from the angels and ancestors. Harness mystic power, High Priestess. This talks about intuition a little bit. This card's a little bit about intuition. Cups are, watery intuition. So when you're talking about manifesting, which is what I think you're doing, what I think you have been doing, you need to harness that mystic power and just focus only on that which is wanted. Do not focus on all the work that you have to do to get there. Do not focus on the steps that you're going to need to take to get there. Focus on the outcome. Use your intuition is going to be important here. That's really what the High Priestess is about. She's about using her intuition. Could mean that you might consult someone, a High Priestess, like a feminine a type of person, like a psychic or a spiritual person who uses the feminine intuition. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a woman, but they use that as a tool to tap into the divine and to make decisions and to provide guidance. So you might be consulting someone. All right, the last thing we need from the Sacred Traveler. What does pile 2 need to do? If anything, what action do they need to take? If right now, let's say right now, because I feel like you've been taking action, but what does pile 2 need to do? What action do they need to take? Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. You don't have to do anything. It looks like you've already done the work and it's coming in. That's what this is saying. It's coming to you. Justice. Emotional fulfillment. Beautiful. It's coming to you. You don't have, you've already done it. You don't have to do anything else. You're getting your just desserts. Okay, that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages for the career and finance reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on it, it's going to be the right time for you. On pile 3, we did have the Cinnabar quartz crystal. This is a man-made stone. It's kind of an orangey looking crystal. It's all about abundance and career, and I got it at Sedona, so I really like that. That's really cool. Okay, so here we go. I am timing the readings this time. I say that I've gone over on both pile 1 and pile 2, so you know, if the messages are coming, I'm just going to keep them coming. I'm not going to stop anything, but the question is just what's coming next for you in career and finance. So I will go ahead and start the timer and we'll see what we get here. So what's coming for pile 3 next in career and finance? What's coming for pile 3? Career and finance. Wow, these want to kind of jump out a little bit. Okay. You got the 6 of Wands. You got the Page of Cups. You got the Star card and the 2 of Wands. Just for further messages, I'm going to go with the tarot, or with the Druid Craft Tarot here and get a couple of cards, maybe 3, just for further messages for pile 3. What's coming up next in career and finances? Well, those 2 wanted to come out. You got the Chariot and the 3 of Cups. I'm going to go one more. I'm feeling something here, and I want to see if I'm right. I'm going to go one more with the Druid Craft Tarot messages for pile 3. What's coming next in career and finances? Death. Yay. I love this. Where does this go? Where do you want this? Actually, I feel like that all goes together, and I want one more here for the Death card. I get one clarifier on this Death card here. What goes with this Death card? What is this Death about? Oh, nice. One more for the Death card. Well, there you go. All right. They're flying out so fast. Okay, so the Death is a great card. Actually, we're kind of, well, not everybody, but I'm an Aquarius. So we've kind of been going through it a little bit lately with the 8th house and the house of death in our astrological sign, which is great because the Death card is a card about transformation. It's major things leaving your life, but also major things coming into your life at the same time. So there is, of all three of these readings, I feel like the movement here is more major than in any of the other of the readings. There's a serious transformation that is happening in your life. So what's dying? A couple things. I think the Queen of Swords is minor arcana for Libra. Oh, not Libra, I'm sorry. For Virgo for me. But it is also a card of an older woman over the age of 35 that is very mental. They make decisions with their head. They do not suffer fools gladly. They very logical, very smart. And that's just kind of how they live in the world. Okay. There is just a darker side to the Queen of Swords, and it's a side of being bitter. They can be accused of being bitter, like life has really thrown them some curveballs. They have been hurt really bad, particularly in relationships. Maybe a little bit older because they've just kind of I kind of identify with this a little bit. They just kind of have witnessed so much meanness from people. And, you know, when you're young, you have that open heart and people break your heart, not just relationships, but friends and family. People can be a little bit careless sometimes with how they treat other people. So this kind of bitterness kind of comes from when you've been going through a hard time. You kind of check out. You kind of don't want to put yourself out there anymore. The Five of Pentacles is a card of poverty. It's a card of lack. This is a card, again, this woman is alone. This woman is alone. It's being out in the cold. It's poverty. It's being cast out in the cold. And mostly I feel like it's that piece of it, being cast out in the cold, not being able to, in the institutions of society, I guess, not being able to find any comfort, any peace, any kindness. It's really that kind of a situation. I feel like that is what is dying for you guys. That feeling bitter because of being cast out in the cold, of maybe in a work situation. Well, we are talking about career and finances, so probably in a work situation, maybe just in life in general, feeling like you have to do it on your own, not having any help from anybody with finances. It's all you. You're a little bit bitter about that. Because you've gone through some hurts, both personally and professionally. You've cut yourself off and you just make decisions with logic. You do not let your emotions get involved with logical situations. This is what's dying. This is the transformation that is happening. You have been going through a process of making peace with all of that. Whether you know it or not, probably you know it. Probably you've been working on it because you know that you cannot live like that forever. Everybody gets here every once in a while. If you have not been here in your life, you will get there. Believe me. Nobody. The bad part about this is staying there. We all get here sometimes. We're just a little bit bitter. We're a little bit tired. We don't feel like we can take any more cuts. It's like we've just been cut and cut and cut and cut by the people around us, and we can't take any more. So we retreat. Okay. This is the transformation that's happening. This is ending, and what is coming into your life. This is so amazing, you guys. Gosh, what is not coming into your life in the way of career and finances? First of all, you're going to have the help that you need financially. You're going to be offered something financially. It may actually be money. It may be someone that's going to give you the money that you need for a business venture. It may be somebody that's going to give you money to buy a new car. It may be, actually that is indicated for some of you. The Chariot sometimes indicates a new car. It may be somebody that's going to offer you a job that brings you a great deal of prosperity. Whatever it is, this is the reciprocity that is lacking over here. In this situation over here, you've been giving and giving and giving, and nothing has been coming back to you, or you feel like nothing has been coming back to you. Nothing is working for you. It's just all, again, that's why you get bitter sometimes. It's all coming back. Everything that you've put out, whatever, if it's a dark night of the soul, or just the planets are aligned in a funky way, and have been aligned in a funky way, which looks like it may have been for a while for some of you, definitely for a season. You're coming out of that in a really, really cool way. You've got the Page of Cups here, Minor Arcana for Pisces, and it's also that fun card. This is the card that reminds you that it can't be drudgery all the time. It's time to have fun. It's almost like a summery kind of feeling with the feet in the water, and summer is just the happiest time of year. People are out and about and doing things, and these cards are just indicating that your life is opening up. There are going to be people around you who are willing to give to you. There's a give and take in your relationships. It's not all you giving. There's a reciprocity. You have and we're talking career and finance, so whatever you have wished for with the star, this is a wish fulfillment card. Whatever wish you put out there in that way, in the way of career and finance, is coming to you. I'm hearing tenfold. It's coming to you tenfold. For some of you, it's you've been prospecting. You've been looking out at the world and seeing what it is that you want, and it's coming into you. For some of you, this shift, this death and transformation is causing you to prospect. It's giving you hope again. The star is a great card of hope. It's giving you a hope again that you can put your wishes out into the universe and they will come back to you. Because over here you're thinking nothing is working. I can't make anything happen. Over here, you can make it happen. And you have that hope again that you can make it happen. I really feel like some of you are being offered a job because you've got this Three of Cups here, which is a card of celebration with your friends and family. This particular rendition of it is a celebration with friends, but it's not always, it could be, yeah. Okay, so this also tells me if you are being offered a new job, and some of you are, that you will have a lot of camaraderie with the people that you're working with. It is a great working environment. It is an environment of give and take. It's an environment of teamwork. You enjoy working in this place. It is good for you. And they see you. They see what a superstar you are. They see how good you are at your job, and they appreciate you. For some of you, I feel like there's going to be a move with this job. With this new job offer that's coming up, I feel like you're going to have to move or travel. It could be a job that requires travel. Again, you got that prospecting, looking out at the world. Could be some travel involved for some of you. But whatever it is, it's just moving on to a happier, healthier place. You got the pentacles, you got the coin, you got the money that you need, you got the fun, you got the emotional support from your friends, from your family. from your co-workers. You got the adventure with the chariot. You got with the Two of Wands and the chariot. But also with the chariot, it's like you're driving the boat. You're driving the chariot. You are balancing opposing forces and you're moving toward your goal. You're in the driver's seat on this situation, and that feels good to you. Like over here, you're cast out in the cold. Over here, you're driving the situation. They see what a superstar you are. You're a superstar, and you're making it happen. And that feels good. It feels fun. It feels energetic. And it feels very hopeful. Feels like what you've wished for. Okay, just to finish this up, we are over time, so I'm just going to get one card from the angels and ancestors just to see if there's any final message for pile 3. Any final messages for pile 3? What do you got? Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. You got this, baby. You are a superstar. That kind of goes along with that. You're in the driver's seat. You're balancing the opposing forces. You're the warrior. Be fearless. You got this. All right. And from the Sacred Traveler, I just want to know if there's anything that you need to do or any action that you need to take. And this is also saying you feel like you can stand strong, where here you feel like weak and alone and isolated. Whatever this is that you have been through gives you that ability to stand strong and stand out in this situation. All right, Sacred Traveler, what does pile 3 need to do, if anything? What action do they need to take? I'm going to take that one because it wanted to pop out. Okay, discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. This is going your own way. You are the leader. These guys want you to go down this path, and you're like, "Yep, I think I'm going to go my own way." This is a very, very. There's a lot of strength, leadership. Independence, but independence in a way, you know, you got this camaraderie here too, and the help that you need. So it's just like an independence and kind of standing out as a strong leader and a force to be reckoned with, a superstar. You're standing out. You're going your own way. You're being seen as special, very special, which is great. You got this. I'm just hearing you go, girl, because it feels like that. It feels like you haven't been there, but now you're back. You're back, baby. Okay, that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.